Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to your digital music class. Fifth graders, this is class number 2 for you. It's really nice to see everybody out there in music land. I hope you are doing well. Let's take a look at what we are doing in today's music class. So we start with hello. We're going to do a little warm-up of our voices and our bodies, a little more identification with our tom-t rhythms. Then I've got some new songs, or a new song for us today with Scarborough Fair, as well as another activity this week that I want you to do, this time with Chrome Music Lab, and then a little more with our musicians of the month, and goodbye. My main goals for you, 5th grade, for this week's lesson is to, again, identify rhythm patterns that have the tom-t rhythm in there, being able to tell them apart. I want you to begin learning a new song, our Scarborough Fair, begin learning it so we can start singing it together. And then I want you to complete a mystery song that I've created for you in Chrome Music Lab. And we'll talk more about that when we get there. But for the time being, we need to warm up our bodies first. And so the first way that I want to do that is simply just kind of start with just kind of shaking out our hands. Shaking out both of our hands. Shaking out our feet. And then shaking out our whole body. Just like that. Just like that. Let's take a deep breath and sigh together. Just kind of let all the stress and worries and anxieties fall out with that sigh. So take a nice deep breath. Should feel really good. Try it again and see if you can do like an even bigger sigh. Get even more stress and tension out of your body so that you're nice and relaxed. Ready? That feels nice. That feels really nice. Okay? And real quick, just a nice deep breath in, nice and slow. And out. Slower. And one more very slow. Nice work. Nice work. Warm up our voice just a little bit. Let's do a little yawn. Just like that. How about a bigger yawn? Yawn. How about a nice high yawn? And how about a yawn through our buzzy lips like this? You try that. That's kind of silly. And last week, I taught you a warm-up that we've done in chorus before called Dwee a Babaloo, and it went a little something like this. Dwee a babaloo, dwee a babaloo, dwee a babaloo, babaloo, dwee, dwee a babaloo, dwee a babaloo, dwee a babaloo, babaloo, dwee. Just like that. It's kind of fast. And I'm really listening for, are we making it nice and clear with the dwees and the babaloos? Or does it sound like a bunch of mush? Like dwee, a babaloo, dwee, a babaloo. So try your best to make it nice and clear and light and happy and bouncy and fluffy. So this week, same thing. We're going to do it again and again and again. Each time we do it, we go up a little bit higher in our voice. You can follow along by listening to the melodica. So let's try it. Dwee a babaloo. Nice work. Nice work. So at this point, our body should be feeling pretty warmed up. Our voices should be warmed up. So let's dive into music and let's get our brain warmed up with a little bit of rhythm identification using toms and tees. So taking a look up at the board, same as last week. I've got an A rhythm and I've got a B rhythm. And I'm going to play one of them on the drum. But before we do that, let's quickly review which ones we see. So take a look up here at the A rhythm. And think in your head, this should remind us of our al citrone, ostinato that we learned last week. And this one is tom T2, tom T2, just like that. And if you look at the next one, that B rhythm, I see tom T T T. And it's a little tricky there because at the end there's a rest. And we want to make sure that we make that sign. I'm going to drop those down a little bit. So that's tom, T, 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 rest. So I'm going to play one of these rhythms on my drum. Your job is to decide, is it A or B? And this first one should be pretty easy because I just gave you the answer. One more listen. A or B? The answer is B. Moving on. All right. Take a look at these rhythms. Say them in your head. Think about how that would sound on the drum. And I'll give you 2 listens. One more time. That is rhythm A. Tom, T, ta, ta. Say that with me, ready, go. Tom, T, ta, ta. The other rhythm, rhythm B, is tom, T, 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 ta. Say that with me, ready, go. Tom, T, 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 ta. Not bad. Let's try a couple other rhythms. Oh, these should look pretty familiar. Listen again. Are you thinking letter A or letter B? The answer is letter A. Tom, T, 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 ta. Not bad, not bad. Let's do a couple more. Take a look at rhythm A and rhythm B and listen again. That was rhythm B. Tom, T, 2. We have that long 2-beat note at the end there. One more for you. Rhythm A or rhythm B? That is rhythm. You got it. Rhythm B. Tom, T, T, T. Not bad at all, not bad at all. If you did well on that, good for you. You're doing a nice job identifying what those look like and sound like. If you need a little more practice, go ahead and rewind the video and you can try it again. And you'll know all the answers already. Wink, wink. So it's pretty easy that way. Okay. Let's move on to a new song this week. I'd like to introduce you all to a new song that I'd like to try to work with you on over the internet as best as we can. And it actually is inspired by a previous musician of the month. And this is from a couple of years ago. You might have remembered that we learned about Paul Simon. And he sang with his friend Art Garfunkel. And they were a group called Simon and Garfunkel. And they were folk musicians from way back when. And one of the songs that they performed oh so beautifully was a song called Scarborough Fair. And so I want to listen to a little bit of Simon and Garfunkel singing it first, and then I want to introduce you to singing it yourself. So here is Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel singing the song Scarborough Fair. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Not bad. Let's just work through this line by line. get your singing voices out and repeat after me. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Are you going to Scarborough Fair? My turn. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Ready? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to ones who live there. Remember me to ones who live there. She once was a true love of mine. She once was a true love of mine. As you sing this song and as you read the words, it's interesting to kind of think about what sort of pictures or images come into your mind, what sort of moods or feelings or emotions you think of. And I'd be interested to hear what you guys are thinking about as you hear this song. Let's try it once more all together, and then we'll be done with it for this week. Ready, here we go. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. All right. Not bad at all. We'll keep playing around with that one. There's more verses and there's more things that I want to try to add in as best we can. All right, I have one activity for you that I want you to try this week on your own. You can do this at home on Chrome Music Lab. You'll remember we use Chrome Music Lab a lot in music class, and so I'd like you to try this at home. But basically, I have gone into Songmaker, and I started writing down the melody of a familiar song that a lot of you might already know. But I didn't finish it. And I'm wondering if you could maybe finish it for me. So here's the melody that I wrote down. And there, I left it blank. Now I wonder, do you think you could go in and finish it? Also, do you know what melody that is? You might have played it in strings or in some other musical pursuit of yours or heard it before. So maybe you can finish it. Now, if you're hearing that melody and you're going like, Mr. Houchin, I have no idea what that is. Don't fret, my friends. If you're not quite sure what that melody is, what I want you to do is, in this blank spot where there's no music, add a melody that sorts of finishes it off, that makes it sound like the song is complete. And once you've finished the melody, whether you've added in your own melody or added in the correct melody, you can add in some other notes, you can change the sounds, you could go in and add some percussion, whatever you wish. But I want you to have some fun with it this week, okay? The link for that will be in the description of this video, as well as in your Google Classrooms. The last little bit that I want to talk about today is our musician of the month, The Roots. The Roots are actually on TV most nights of the week because they are the house band on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. And one of the things they get to do a lot on there is collaborate with the different musical artists and guests that come on the show. Now, remember we talked last week about how collaboration is when people of different musical styles and backgrounds sort of get together and make something new. Well, one of the interesting ways that they collaborate with other musicians on The Tonight Show is The Roots will team up with the host Jimmy Fallon, as well as whatever the musical guest is or whoever the musical guest is, and they will play one of the musical guest's most famous songs, but they'll do it all on classroom instruments. That's right. All those instruments that you might find in Mr. Houchin's room, like the xylophones and triangles and shakers and ukuleles, they're going to take whatever song that the musical guest is performing, and they do it on classroom instruments, and it kind of sounds kind of cool. And so this video I want to show you is The Roots, Jimmy Fallon, and Camila Cabello doing Havana on classroom instruments. All right, so hope you enjoyed that. There's a bunch more of those on the internet if you ever have a chance to go check them out. All right, that's it for our music class today, 5th grade. Thank you for joining me all the way to the end. Check your Google Classroom for the link to our Chrome Music Lab assignment. There will be no music class next week because next week is still April vacation. So even though we're probably not going on fabulous vacations, I hope you enjoy the time off of school and enjoy the time with your family. So until I see you next time in 2 weeks, goodbye, goodbye, again, goodbye, goodbye, again, goodbye, goodbye.